Hi, my name is Charlie, and this last December I just turned 30. This is my Velcro dog, Barbie. She's my service animal, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about my hyaluronic acid and retinol journey. So I'm calling this series Glowing Up in My 30s, but I do want to make like a little statement before. I think everybody's fine as they are, and you only need to chase your own happiness and compare yourself to yourself. So this is not trying to state like this is like a standard or that you have to do this or that this is like a requirement. It's just something I like and this is something that I want to do. So I'm going to place my beginning image here. So this is in October, and this is when I first started retinol and hyaluronic acid. And if you're not familiar with either of these products, retinol, I typically use the ordinary 1%, is a chemical exfoliant for your face. You have to be very, very careful and you have to like build up to using it. So for me, I started off using it 1 to 2 times a week, and now I use it every other day. Sometimes I do not use it and instead we'll swap it for like an enzyme mask, which is also an exfoliant. So if you're using other exfoliants, be careful doubling up. But I have been doing that every other day now, ever since my face has gotten accustomed to it. I've done retinol before and I've had great results. And so when my skin was starting to kind of break out and I was like, oh, looking at the aging clock, I was like, it's a good time to start like a really good retinol regimen. So that's the retinol that I use. I will also like put little pictures on the screen showing you what the product looks like. And so I use just a basic pimple forming cleanser, comedogenic, I think is the word. So use a non-comedogenic wash, and then I will use a toner. And so right now I'm using the Heart Leaf toner, but I'm not exactly married to that. And then that's when I will go in with my hyaluronic acid. And so I've been using hyaluronic acid now for the 8 months as well. And I started this because I wanted to make sure I was moisturizing my face too, and I wasn't just like exfoliating, that we were adding some really good skin plumping ingredients back in. Hyaluronic acid, I can't remember the exact statistic, but I'll put it somewhere here on the screen. It holds so much of itself in water, and so it's incredibly hydrating for your skin. And it's best applied over a toner or wet skin. And sometimes I like to apply it and like sit in the bath and let it sit and then go put another layer of the hyaluronic acid over the top of it and just really, really build up that pumping, that moisturized skin. And so I use hyaluronic acid morning and night, and I sandwich. Typically, if I have the time, it takes a lot of time to sandwich your stuff and like make sure every skincare product dries in between. But what I try to do is I try to sandwich my hyaluronic acid and then the retinol and then more hyaluronic acid. And then you want to make sure that your face is completely dry before you put more. Again, not a professional or anything like that. Anything I do, but the retinol, if you put it on wet skin, it will burn more and it will like I think it just activates more. And so make sure you're not putting it on that fresh hyaluronic acid. And so I let it go dry completely, let the retinol dry completely, because once again, if you put something wet over the top of it, it's probably going to burn a little bit and it's not going to be a fun time. So go low and slow when building up for retinol. Like I said, consult a doctor, do whatever you need to do. But I'm just using standard 1% retinol off the shelf. There might come a day where I might need something a little bit stronger. And here's my after. I've also placed it earlier so you guys could see it. I didn't mention it, but here it is again. So this is my after. This is my face currently. I do not have foundation on today. I do have some blusher on, and then I have this under my eyes. It's like a color corrector. So that's what I have. And you can see, is my skin perfect? No. But we've made some incredible improvements. This one's new, but we're working really, really hard to moisturize my skin and just cut down on that acne and that discomfort and really glow up my skin and continue this journey here into 2025. So this is my 8th month check-in, and I'm going to check in 4 months out of year. And then I will continue to check in and show you guys my results and maybe show you guys a little bit more of my routine because that's not all I do. Then I follow up with moisturizer after I do those things. And then I have masks I like. I do a sheet mask at least once a week. I do under eye masks at least once a week, things like that. So I've worked really, really hard on my skin and I think it's showing, and it's not perfect. I don't think anyone's skin is perfect. I think we're so used to seeing like perfectly airbrushed skin on Barbie. And real skin, like we're just not accustomed to imperfections, which are natural. And I can say that I've made amazing improvement and I'm really excited to see my skin. And I'm looking at myself in the mirror right now and I feel a lot of pride and a lot of joy, and not that like makeup's ever a requirement, but I feel like I need less makeup to be like societally presentable. My skin feels good, my skin looks good. I'm really excited. So if you are not trying retinol, again, consult a doctor. I think a lot of people try and start retinol like very young. I've seen a lot of like the drunk elephant kids, and I'm like, oh no, like please don't put that on your face. But if you're getting a little bit older like I am, I'm 30, retinol's great and it's very affordable. And I use the Good Molecules brand more than not for the hyaluronic acid. I had a more expensive one sent to me, but I will probably just repurchase the Good Molecules branded one because it was something like $8 versus $50, and the other one has like a few other ingredients in there, but like nothing, like the heaviest hitter in the serum is the hyaluronic acid. And so keep that in mind. Like hyaluronic acid doesn't have to be incredibly expensive, and neither does retinol. Some formulations might be a little bit uncomfortable on your skin, and I know that the retinol from The Ordinary, it comes in squalene. You can buy just squalene oil. So if you're finding that you need maybe a little bit more watered down, or you want to put a base of that first, that's totally something you can do too. And I have also used that in the past when I've been dipping into retinol, is just the same squalene oil on my face. Same thing, works the same, and it also keeps it moisturized. It's in a lot of cosmetics. Anyway, we're just rambling now. But yeah, that's my skincare journey. And this is going to be the video that introduces an entire series. That's my skincare update. See you guys soon. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys soon.